Man, I had to come on here because I've been this whole entire time I've been watching, the reaction videos to the rappers talking about Eminem, and I see the connection and the link to his Eminem's music and why people say he responds and shit, and you know, you hear these people actually in their moments of what they captured from what Eminem heard, or and he's always tuning into his competition. So when he said in his music, I make sure I keep up with my competition. He fucking is, man. Everybody else just loses reality, and they believe they're actually in the world, but really they're out of the world. They're out of the discussion. So, MGK, all the people that go at Eminem, leave the white boy alone. Um, we're not. I wouldn't really say that we are not all white people, not all the race are bad, and this is not coming from a racist place. This is coming from a place of true and honesty. I would say the reason why people have beefs is because people fail to understand where another person comes from, or they take it the wrong way and they make it seem like a negative when they don't seem to try to look at it in a positive way to understand where they're really coming from and not where they think they're coming from or how they feel they're coming from when really they're not that person saying all that. They're the ones being told that by the person who said it. So, MGK, Joe Budden, all you guys, if you haven't, which I know, was, oh, I know there's some rappers that cleaned up their beats. Hopefully, they're not fucking still going at his head talking shit, or you're out of pocket and you need to skim through the things that you said before that were coming from a positive of love and all that, and regain what you lost conscious of. Uh, and if you're smoking that weed, then you're smoking too much of it, and you're not utilizing it when you need it to continue what you need it for, uh, instead of what you want it for. Because I know the true meaning behind resources, and there's people learning like me, and people are realizing more from people like me, and yeah, I'm just a walking reminder. I'm just a realizer and a motivator. Um, so really, what I want to do is not really become famous to be focused just on money, um, and to buy things, but buy things that my family needs, things that I need. And one day I could see myself living a life at any time if people are willing to listen and give me a chance to realize that I'm not the Elijah I was before, and I'm becoming Elijah that I never was before. In the flesh, coming out the flesh, into the real world. Um, so yeah, all you, Mike Tyson, remember who you are. Quit saying there ain't no God, because the Mike Tyson we all know believed there was a God, and that was the same guy that was in the ring. He was just so focused on trying to live and survive, instead of looking at the true picture, because you were did so much you realize what you did do, but we saw you, and I'm sitting here as a man, born in 2000, just been living in the real world for as long as I know, as long as I can remember. uh, and people have taken me as in the past as somebody who always hated my family, but really I was misunderstood, misinterpreted, and that led to things being misinterpreted and me failing to do things that I should have done instead of what I did. Because I didn't have the right things in my life. I didn't have the right people in my life. Uh, Help me utilize what helps me help to make it help me to make decisions where it helps me more than it did before. Um, yeah, so this is a message to show where I'm at, how far I've come since the last time I made an interaction with anybody or anyone. Truly, um, I just want everybody to know that I'm a student, even though I'm not going to school, and I am learning the real world before I just jump back into the real world to make my life a real life and not based on what the world identifies life as. Because sometimes people get too carried away to the point where their sentences are not making sense to what they're trying to say because they ain't using the right words and context to explain what they're trying to say. And that's why I listen to Snoop Dogg, Eminem, um, Big Smalls, Tupac, what else? Nas, uh, Kanye West, uh, who else? See here. Definitely not MGK, um, because he's got a lot to learn, apparently. Um, 'Cause he's lost grip with reality, and I don't mean that in disrespect, man. You just need to find yourself because you listen to people too much instead of doing what's right for you and what's best for you in your own situation. Because no one else can be you. Only you could be you. Um, and you wonder why Eminem has gone as far as he has in life? Because he's always been himself, and he was always himself, even when people didn't want him to be himself. But he was. Uh, so again, um, if I have left out an artist that has done it, you know, like these artists that I have said that were ahead of their time, you are in that discussion even without me saying your name, because I have listed the artists you listen to and grew up on, um, and even the humans that are where I'm at in my life, even though I'm not where I want to be, but I am where I need to be right now. Even though some people may not see it like that and agree with that. But again, no one else is me as far only as far as being a human and learning from one another. When the choices are clear to us and those around us. So you guys have a good Christmas, a good Happy New Year. Until you hear from me, I'll probably be working on some music for sure. Since it is Christmas and I want something wonderful and nice that I would do on Christmas. Uh, so be expecting uh, something um, jammy, something rhythmatic with uh, a message that goes to the mind. And raps don't have to always sound like they make sense. Sometimes you gotta be willing to see past the words and really see the message of what they're trying to say. Because people, again, take rappers' words out of context and look at what they're saying as a bad thing. Really, They're just pointing out the issues. So I'm gonna get off. Flayed out. Peace.